Hello, hello. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me now. Let's give it a couple seconds. I want to see if I can hear myself. Hello, hello. Okay, yeah, perfect. So now that everything is working, thank God, there was some things that I had to take care of, meaning my computer was not working properly. But now that it is working a little bit slow. But I see that the live is running good on Instagram. We're live on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Zoom. If you are having trouble joining me in on Zoom, please send me in the chat, like send something in the chat, or DM me or text me, whatever it is, and I will let you join through Zoom. Zoom may be a little bit better than Instagram, but they're both the same, should be the same. All right, so enough talking. Like I said before, I'm gonna jump right into it because we do not have time. I know a lot of you probably wanna get back to your business. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the Tu B'Shvat. So Tu B'Shvat is coming up, and so what is Tu B'Shvat? Tu B'Shvat is the holiday. It's the New Year's of the trees. So today I'm going to be talking about what Tu B'Shvat is, what blessings you say on food, whether it's the blessings before, blessings after, in between, whatever it is that we need to say. What blessing do we say? Why should we say a blessing in general, and stuff like that. So the five uh, the five main categories that we're going to be talking about are בורא מיני מזונות, בורא פרי הגפן, העץ, האדמה, and shakol. Those are the five blessings that you say on food before, not including hamotzi. I actually did not include hamotzi in this presentation because I just didn't have enough time, but I will see if I can get into it. The after brachot, we have בורא נפשות, we have מעין shalosh, and birkat hamazon. And then we also have the blessings that we say on fragrances or scents. Don't get intimidated if you don't know what some of these words mean. We're going to go through it in depth in today's lesson. But before we go through it, whoever didn't get a chance to, please say Birkot Torah. The Birkot Torah is basically what we say every time, every morning right before we start our day. We're supposed to say Birkot Torah. It's part of the Shacharit, Birkot Shachar. If you guys remember in my first lesson, that's what I was talking about. And so over here, we're basically telling God, thank you for giving us the Torah, and we're hoping that our children and our children's children will learn this Torah, and basically we're thanking him for the ability to have all of this, the zchut, to have all this, the merit. Um, so let's jump straight into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is what is a blessing? Why should we have to say a blessing? You know, you're not making this blessing for God in a sense of like, let's say you're working for an employer, the employer needs you. In this case, God doesn't need you. So you have to remember that the blessing that you're making is that you're recognizing that God gave you this uh, food or this scent or this drink or whatever it is, and you're telling him, thank you for giving me the ability to have this, and thank you for giving me the ability to drink this or eat this. So the bracha is more like saying thank you for having the permission to eat. So that's the main point of a bracha. Remember, God does not. You're not. Don't say I'm doing this for God. You're not doing this for God. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for yourself so that you can thank your Creator for what He gave you. Okay, makes sense. Moving forward, Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat is the holiday for the New Year's for trees. In Judaism, we have four types of New Year's. We have the Pesach, we have Rosh Hashanah, we have Tu B'Shvat, and then we also have another New Year's, which I'm not sure what it is. If anybody knows, please write it down in the comments. So why should we be thanking the trees? Because the trees give us fruits. We thank Hashem not just for the trees, but also for the land, for the seasons. You know how the seasons change. In the spring, we get the fruit. In the fall, the fruits fall. In the winter, there's nothing on the tree. And in the summer, it's the fruits are sort of, I guess, blossom as well. So from spring to summer, you get the fruits. From fall to winter, you don't have any fruits. So we have to be grateful. Actually, right now coming up is gonna be, I'm not sure in how many more weeks we're gonna have spring, Bezrat Hashem. I know it's coming right before April, because in April it is Pesach, and on Pesach I remember back in Israel, when I was in Israel, we used to sing this song. It says, Aviv egia Pesach ba. Aviv means what is called spring, and so we used to say spring is coming, Pesach is coming. So that's how you know that spring comes right before Pesach. So this is what Tu B'Shvat is for. Now, the blessings that we say on food, we have, like I said before, we have mezonot, gefen, aetz, adama, and she'akol niya bidvaro. So every single blessing starts with Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam, and then we say the last couple of words. Or in English, that would be, Blessed are you, Lord our King, King of the universe. That's how you start the blessing, and then you say whatever comes next. So the first one is Bore Mine Mezonot. The next one is Bore Priya Gefen. Bore Mine Mezonot is about the varieties of food. Bore Priya Gefen is about the fruit of the vine, mostly talking about like wine. Bore Priya Etz is the fruit of the tree. Bore Priya Adama is the fruit of the ground, or the vegetables of the ground. But Pri in the literal translation means fruit. She'akol niya bidvaro is that everything was made by his words, by God's words. Bore, then we have the three blessings for scent. So we have Bore itzei besamin, Bore izbei besamin, Bore minei besamin. So those blessings maybe sound familiar from Avdallah. We say Bore itzei or izbei or minei besamin, whatever it is that you have, which is the fragrance of trees, fragrant herbs, or various kinds of spices. So depending on what you're smelling, you say one part of that blessing. So the only thing that changes is the itzei, izbei, and minei. And then the last one is shechianu ve'kimanu ve'gianu lazman hazeh. And this is the blessing that we say whenever we get something new, we eat something new, we wear something new, something that you enjoy. Remember, this is blessings of enjoyment. So we're gonna go a little bit into depth for each and every one. So starting with the first one, which is mezonot. Now, mezonot, when it comes to Sfardim and Ashkenazim or Edot HaMizrach, we say different things on different stuff. For example, some Ashkenazim would say Bore Mine Mezonot on pizza, while as the Sfaradim, most Sfaradim have to say Amotzi on pizza. But right now I'm just talking about the basics. I'm not going to get too much into detail about it. This is mostly for Sfaradim. Bore Mine Mezonot, you say on pasta, on cake, on cookies, cereal, rice, or anything that's like a cooked grain dish. So grains that are like processed, but not including bread. So leaving bread aside, we're talking about stuff that are like I said, cakes, cookies, cereal, pasta, stuff like that. The next one is Bore Priya Gefen. Bore Priya Gefen, we say on wine or grape products, but not grapes themselves. So for wine, whenever we say kiddush, or let's just say for Birkat, for Seuda Shlishit. So we have Seuda Rishona, Seuda Shniya, Seuda Shlishit, Seuda Revit. On Seudah Rishona and Seudah Shniya, that's on Shabbat I'm talking about. Seudah Rishona and Seudah Shniya, we say Borei Pri HaGefen, it's part of the Kiddush. Because the wine, it's a symbol of joy. Not every drink gets its own bracha, but wine does. Because, like I said, it's a symbol of joy. So a lot of people, what they do is for Seudah Shlishit and Revi'i, those Seudot that you do on Shabbat after the first and the second, um, you how you say this? You can say Borei Pri HaGefen, but you don't have to. But people say it because it brings them joy. On Shabbat, it's a mitzvah to have joy. So, but you can always say Borei Pri HaGefen. It's not specifically for Shabbat. And one key thing is whenever you say Borei Pri HaGefen, usually in a meal, you can keep in mind to bless for all the drinks that you're gonna drink. Just like hamotzi, whenever you say hamotzi lechem min haaretz, you're keeping in mind all the food that you're gonna eat, so you don't have to say bracha on each and everything. With Borei Pri HaGefen, you can also keep in mind for all the drinks that you're gonna drink throughout the meal. By the way, if anybody has any question, feel free to leave it in the comments. I can see all the comments from every single platform. Feel free to text me. All my information is going to be right there on that side if you are on YouTube. If you are on Instagram, my information is not showing up. I actually have to change that. I'm probably going to put that down below later on. But you can also reach me on any of my Instagrams. So the next one we're gonna talk about is Borei Pri HaEtz. Now, Borei Pri HaEtz is, if my computer is gonna load it up, I'm just scared so that my computer doesn't crash right now. Okay, give it a second. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash. Come on. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. I'm definitely gonna probably replace this computer because I did not expect this. I've done many lives before and I didn't have this issue, but all of a sudden decided to be an issue today. Baruch Hashem, everything is from Hashem. Everything is meant to be Baruch Hashem. You know what? My slides are not loading up, and I am scared that if I let it load up, it's gonna crash my computer. So I'm gonna transition to live teaching. So you guys are not gonna be able to see my slides, which is a pity because I wanted you guys to see my slides and not just my face because it's more interesting, I guess, to look at slides, but it's okay. So 1 second, let me just load it up over here on my tablet. Bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, where is it? This one. No, it is not this one. By the way, guys, I also wanted to mention I was going to show it on my live as well, but I couldn't because of this whole situation. If you guys want to... Okay, is it here? Probably didn't sync over here. If you guys want to fill out any forms, if you need help for Shabbat, if you need help for Yom Tov, if you need help for buying a book, tefillin, stuff like that, please fill up the form in my link tree. In my link tree, you're gonna see the forms for all those things. If you want me to talk about some kind of topic, if you want to collaborate, if you know, if you want to comment about anything that I'm saying anonymously, if you want to give me an anonymous story, you can do all of that on my link tree, which is in my Instagram description. For anybody who's joining us from before, my computer is having some technical difficulties, but we are talking right now about Birkot HaNehenin, which is the blessings of enjoyment, which include Borei Minei Mezonot, Borei Pri HaEtz, HaGefen, Ha'adama, and Shakol Niya B'Dvaro. And right now we are up to HaEtz. Oh, perfect, it loaded up. So let me go back to screen sharing. So, Borei Pri HaEtz, it's for the fruit from the trees. So anything that grows on the tree and the tree stays year to year is Bore pri ha'etz. Example of that is apples, oranges, pomegranates, dates, anything like that that was grown on a tree. You say Bore pri ha'etz. Um, the next blessing is Ha'adama, and Ha'adama is the blessings for. Oh my God, I feel like my computer is about to crash. This is so terrible. Um, Ha'adama is the opposite of the etz. Ha'adama is blessings for the fruit of the ground, the fruit or vegetable that comes from the ground. If it's gonna load up, give me 1 second. Again, I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize like probably 3,000 times already. Come on, load up for me. Just don't crash on me. Okay, perfect. Borei pri adama, fruits or vegetables from the ground. So those are things that grow from the ground but don't remain like trees. So for example, bananas, even though bananas technically grow on trees, they are adama. Potatoes, lettuce, melons, even things that are simple, we have to put a blessing on, because remember, everything comes from Hashem. We have to thank him for everything that he gives us, and we have to appreciate everything that he does for us in every single second of our day. The next one is Shakol Niya Bidvaro. So everything by his word. So that you say on anything like meat, fish, dairy, eggs, and or basically all drinks except wine, and not just wine, also grape juice. You do not say shakol. For grape juice, you say bore pri hagefen, even though it's not wine, it is still bore pri hagefen. But for any other drink, water, milk, any kind of juice, you say she hakol. Also, if you're not sure what the blessing is for something, you usually can say shakol, but in our day and age, you have a phone, pick up the phone and search the web. You can call me, I will search it for you if you cannot search it up. Or you can ask your rabbi if you're doing it on Shabbat. You can call your rabbi. Most rabbis are available on call. Ask him, hey, please, can you wait, for Shabbat he's not on call, obviously, but most rabbis are in the Bet Knesset. You can come up to them and ask them, hey, listen, can you tell me what the blessing is for this? But if you're not sure and you have no other ways of knowing, you can say shakol on any food that is not from grains. So we're not talking about cakes or crackers or stuff like that, because that's mezonot. The next one is the smell blessings. So, like I said before, after Havdalah, we say Borei Tzei or Borei Izbei or Borei Minei Besamin. It's part of the Havdalah, but you don't even have to do it in the Havdalah. You can do it just day by day. Let's say you put on a nice cologne, it smells really good. You can say Borei Minei Besamin. So that's a blessing that you can say if it smells good to you. Boremine is like general or uncertain scents. If it's a grassy or a herby scent, it's bore izbei besamin. And if it's like a woody scent, like from trees, you say itzei besamin. As long as you enjoy that smell, please excuse me. As long as you enjoy that smell, you can say that blessing. And remember, you can never say too many blessings. You can literally do blessing on almost anything. Whenever you eat, whenever you drink, whenever you finish eating, finish drinking, whenever you smelling something, whenever you buy something new that you really like, you can literally say a blessing. There's also blessings on thunder. There's blessings on lightning. There's so many blessings out there, and Bezrat Hashem we will get through all of them. Not today, but Bezrat Hashem will get through all of them. Most likely, I'll maybe even publish on my link tree, so that you can search it up and see what blessing goes for what. Moving forward, I'll stop blabbing. Moving forward, after you say any of those blessings that we spoke about earlier, you say Bore Nefashot. I actually didn't post up the Bore Nefashot, but if you go in your Sidur, after Berkot HaNehenin, you're gonna have Bore Nefashot. Now, Bore Nefashot is what you say after most snacks or drinks. So whenever you say Shakol, you say Bore Nefashot. You can also say it on fruits that are not the seven species. So I actually didn't put it here, but I believe it's barley, wheat. I forgot what else goes over there. I think it's called rye. Um, as long as it's not the seven species, then you can say on that, or maybe it's not barley wheat. Maybe I'm just mixing up with mezonot. Not exactly sure. But borei nefashot is what you say after you already ate, after you're full. It's sort of like the Birkat Hamazon, but for Shakol. A lot of people didn't know about that, so now you know. And it's literally two sentences, so it's not as long as Birkat Hamazon. So shouldn't take so much time out of your day. So Borei Nefashot is what we say on that. So many Shakol foods here. There you go. It even says it there. And the next one that we have is the Shechianu. So Shechianu, maybe I didn't speak about that. Shechianu is a blessing of newness. So I don't know if newness is a word. I hope it is. But that's whenever you eat a new fruit, which is usually what we do on Tu B'Shvat. On Tu B'Shvat, we eat a new fruit. We say, or a fruit that we didn't eat in within 1 year. You can say Shechianu on it because it's something new to you, quote unquote. So it has to be at least a year since you ate that fruit. Or new clothes. So if you bought some, new dress, if you're a woman, or a suit, if you're a man, you can say Shechianu vekimanu veigianu lazman hazeh. So it's a blessing for thanking Hashem for giving you the life and sustaining you and for reaching to this time right now. Um, so the next one that we have is Berkat Me'ein Shalosh. So now Berkat Me'ein Shalosh is, we say after mezonot, wine, and seven species of fruits. So unlike Borei Nefashot, which does not include the seven species of fruits, this one, Birkat Mein Shalosh, which is a little bit longer, but it's still shorter than the Birkat Hamazon, way shorter than the Birkat Hamazon, is what we say after Mezonot, after Borei Peri Gefen, and after the fruits. So over here we thank Hashem for the food, we thank Hashem for Eretz Israel, and we thank Hashem for Yerushalayim. So it is called one of three because it echoes Birkat Hamazon themes. So in Birkat Hamazon we have, I believe, five blessings, but in Mein Shalosh we only have three. I didn't put the whole bracha over here, but Bezrat Hashem one day we'll go through that whole thing and I will explain it in more detail. Same with Birkat Hamazon, I didn't put the whole bracha here, but eventually we will go through that. So after you eat a cake or a cookie or you drink wine or you eat any of the seven species of fruits, you say Berkat Me'ein Shalosh at the end whenever you already feel satisfied. This is for thanking Hashem for giving you that, and there is actually a Zgula for Panasa if you say any of those blessings in the end, especially Berkat Hamazon. The next one is Birkat Hamazon, and this is the full blessing after bread. So after you ate bread, after you did Amotzi Lechem min haaretz, you say the Birkat Hamazon in the end. Now Birkat Hamazon is the it's four core ideas. So it's the first one is the first blessing is that Hashem feeds the world. The second one is thanking for the land and Yetziat Mitzrayim. So remember, we always say Yetziat Mitzrayim. We say it in Shema. We say it in the Shacharit. We say it in the Birkat Hamazon. We say it on Pesach. We say Yetziat Mitzrayim is very important for us, and it's a very interesting thing. Most likely, I'll talk about it in my next Chizuk on this upcoming Shabbat, Bli Neder. But that's the second core idea. The third one is Yerushalayim and Bet HaMikdash. And the fourth one is Hashem's goodness continues. So those are the four core ideas of Birkat Hamazon. I know it's very long, but the main point is to thank Hashem, and it's such a big zgula for parnasa, for wealthiness. If you guys say it after you eat bread, even if you didn't wash your hands, which you should, even if you didn't do amotzi, which you should, but even if you didn't, you should still say Birkat Hamazon in the end, and you could say it because those are two separate mitzvot. A lot of people don't know that. They think that if I didn't say netila, I can't say amotzi. Not true. You could. If I didn't say amotzi, I can't say Birkat Hamazon. Not true. You could. Doesn't mean that you should be doing that, but let's just say you couldn't do amotzi and you couldn't do netila, you can still do Birkat Hamazon, the blessing after the bread. So I'm just gonna go over everything that we said. So if it's a grain dish but not bread, it's mezonot. If it's a wine or grape wine, meaning like grape juice, you say hagefen. If it's a fruit of the tree, it's haetz. If it's a ground grown produce, you say ha'adama. And everything else, you say she'akol. And don't forget, for bread, you say hamotzi. After the bread, you say Birkat Hamazon. After mezonot, wine, and the seven species, you say Me'ein Shalosh. And after Shakol stuff, most food or drinks, you say Bore Nefashot. I urge you guys to take a screenshot of this so that you remember what to say for everything. But don't forget, we have ChatGPT, we have Google, and you have all my contact information over there. You can call me at any point or ask Google or ChatGPT, and it will give you the right answer. You can also ask your local rabbi. What else I have over here? At the end, I wanna thank everybody for joining. This is already probably coming to a close. I just wanted to talk about Tu Bishvat. Tu Bishvat is whenever we bring as much fruit and vegetables on our plate as much as possible to thank Hashem, well, mostly fruits, to thank Hashem, to remind us that growth takes time, that fruit is earned and gifted. Everything is a blessing from Hashem. This is why we have Tu Bishvat. So I'm hoping that today all of you can sit and celebrate with your family. Don't, you should treat this almost like it's Shabbat, because it is almost like Shabbat. It's the New Year's of the trees. So eat as much fruit as you can. If maybe you never ate dragon fruit or star fruit or any other exotic fruits that you haven't tried, try them today. You can probably still go run to the store and grab a new fruit and just eat it and give it to your family. Don't forget to say bracha for it. Borei pri ha'etz. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I hope that you guys have an amazing week. And I know that I had a lot of technical difficulties today, but Baruch Hashem, I got to make it work. And at the end of the day, this live is going to be posted on my Instagram, so you can always review it backwards. And if you have any questions, don't forget to reach me via my email, social media, phone, anytime, 24/7, except Shabbat. I'll see you all next week. Shavua Tov.